All right, welcome everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I am the president and founder of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a correspondent lender, non-delegated correspondent lender that does things quite a bit differently. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you guys for joining us and share a little bit about what we do that's different. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Now, most of you on this call today are joining us hopefully from this page. So maybe you've watched some of these videos before, or maybe you've tuned in the past year. We are now our own company. The Mortgage Calculator is a lender. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender, and that gives us a lot of cool options. So we've been a team as at a FDIC bank. We've been a team as a brokerage, and a branch as a brokerage, and also a branch as a non-delegated lender and a branch of a delegated lender. Now we're doing our own company as a lender. So things have changed a little bit if you've joined one of these in the past. So please, hopefully I can explain those differences for you guys. So as I mentioned before, we are non-delegated, but that also means we really don't discriminate on the business channel. So we have dozens of broker options. I believe I have 50 as of today for to still use the wholesale broker channel. And also we have, I believe, 12 correspondent investors that we're connected with, where we can be the lender. The Mortgage Calculator can be the lender and do docs in our own name. So we love the ability to have both channels. They both operate very similarly. But there's a lot of benefits when you go in the different directions. One of those great benefits when you're doing the correspondent channel is there's no max commission cap. So because we're very passionate about doing leads and investors, we do get some crazy large deals. So it's great to be able to take advantage and get some, great compensation on some of those large multi-million-dollar investment deals that we're able to get with our model here. As I mentioned, we are very passionate about leads. A lot of you guys have probably heard that in the past. All of our iterations have all been focused on leads. That's what our company is very passionate about. I myself have some certifications to generate those leads for you guys, which Kyle will talk about in a little bit. But the gist of it is we give you guys unlimited leads every day from us that we pay for at a 50-50 split. So when we go through the compensation plans here in a minute, we'll talk about what that actual 50-50 split is. And we want to keep you guys filled with leads. Our whole system is based on leads. That's what we're all about. So if you guys are here for that, you're on the right call. Another thing we're very passionate about is no monthly fees, tech fees, desk fees, anything like that. So in all our iterations as a broker, there's been some fees that we didn't necessarily agree with. And because we own all the technology and we've created every line of code for everything that you're about to see, we can pass those savings on to you guys. And we don't have to pay other third parties for LOS systems and POS systems and CRM systems. We built all that ourselves, and you guys will see exactly how that works. So we don't have to hit you guys with any fees of any kind to do your job. We're absolutely against that. As I mentioned, we've built everything from the ground up. So our proprietary CRM with Dialer, pretty cool, pretty standard CRM. Anybody can really do that. There's thousands out there. It's great. But what really makes ours special is the way that it's integrated from start to finish with the whole process. So that also all integrates with our custom website, which you guys are basically looking at right now, one page of our website that everybody has, along with the 1003 applications integrated. So once a customer signs up on our website as a lead, they can actually complete the 1003 within our website, within our portal, start uploading documents, all that good stuff, which Kyle will show you here in a second, how it actually works in real life. Another thing we're very passionate about leads is setting you up with your own leads. So whether you have your own systems already set up where we just need to route those into our CRM for you so that you can use our great lead generating CRM. But also if you need to set up your own campaigns, Kyle will show you that you can just really quickly order some leads from us. We'll be able to copy those campaigns that we've spent hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars generating and able to give you an exact copy of those and make sure they work at scale. As I mentioned before, I love to do investors. Jose loves to do investors. Hopefully you guys love investors as well. But we've been focused on non-QM and particularly the DSCR business purpose investors for quite a while. So it's definitely a hot word now that a lot of the conventional business has dried up. But we've been doing this for about 3 years, these non-QM loan types. So we're definitely very experienced at it. And the great thing about these business purpose loans is we don't necessarily have to match our footprint. So we're getting investors that are very excited to work with us with loans and homes in multiple states. And we're able to do 5, 10, 20 loans across multiple states for these investors where our license necessarily doesn't fall in. So there's about 30 states we can do without having a license in that state. Something we've done for a while. A lot of lenders are getting to it now as well. But we'll help you guys set up with those types of campaigns. Another thing we're very passionate about is support. Jose will talk about this a little bit when he takes over, but we love to get on support. We're doing a team call right now. We have a team call this evening, a couple times a week. We want to get on with the entire team, get you guys some trainings and stuff, but also one-on-one. So we do one-on-one Zoom meetings I'll help you get unstuck on Encompass. Jose will help you structure that file in Encompass, actually disclose the file together, actually click the buttons together, so we make sure we get those things done when they need to get done. So a lot of great support options we have there. Now let me move on to what you're probably all here for, which is the compensation. So obviously we advertise some great compensation plans. So let me explain the differences here on the 3 basic plans. We have our senior loan officer plan. Those are for loan officers that have worked with us and closed loans with us. No matter how many thousands of loans you've done, we need you to do a couple loans with us because we are different, as we mentioned. We have our regular loan officer plan, which is for everybody to sign up on. You guys are all welcome to sign up. If you're licensed as a loan officer, we will definitely take you on, take you under our wing, be able to teach you how to do loans. Now, if you guys aren't ready to take it on full time, maybe you're new to the business, just getting back into the business, maybe you're not, you have another, you're a realtor and you're doing this to supplement your realtor income, and you're not quite going to be a full-time loan officer or something like that. We want to make sure we put you in the proper plan for a loan officer assistant, where you're still licensed, you can still make great compensation, but basically we're going to team you up with a senior loan officer that has closed loans with us, knows what's going on, knows the types of loans that we do, and can make those loans go smoother for everybody, right? The borrower's going to have a better experience, and you're going to actually have a better experience and still make great money because a senior loan officer is going to be able to close that loan. So hopefully that explains some of the differences. Now let me go into the actual compensation. So our standard compensation for our senior loan officers that have closed a few loans with us, the number here, if you look in the little star, is 5. Once you close 5 loans with us, we'll upgrade you to senior. We're not here to keep you down. We just want to make sure you know how to use our systems. Up to 200 basis points is our standard compensation for conventional non-QM. That's the stuff you guys are all used to. There's some varying compensations, for HELOCs and commercial and other stuff. We'll get into those details later. But this is mostly what we do, 200 basis points. And remember, if you take a company lead, that's a 50-50 split. So you would make 100 basis points or 1% commission on those. Obviously, it includes all the cool stuff we talked about. We don't need to go through those details. Kyle's going to show you exactly what that looks like in a second. The difference here on the loan officer plan, this is for people that are even just starting. We'll take you on as a loan officer. Great. You can make amazing compensation. Or if you're just getting back in the business or just getting the hang of our system, we want to make sure you close a few loans with us. So we'll team you up with, me or Jose or one of our other team leaders. We'll get with you for those first 5 loans. Make sure you understand our system, understand how to disclose with our system, and push it all the way through with you. So on those first 5 loans, we're going to get you guys 150 basis points compensation, which is still amazing. And that's 1.5% for those of you who aren't familiar with basis points. You take a company lead 50-50 split, that would mean 75 basis points or 0.75% commission. So still a great compensation. Some of you that are coming from like a call center type of environment, probably a whole lot more than you're used to. And even if you take the company lead, probably a whole lot more than you're used to. As I mentioned, if you guys are not quite ready to jump in both feet, you want to learn a little bit, you want to get teamed up with the senior loan officer on your first few files, great. We can do that for you. Sign up on the loan officer assistant plan. A little bit of a misnomer. You're not going to be a loan officer assistant and like a full-time where you're, sitting helping a bunch of people. You're not assigned to certain people. You're still a loan officer. You're going to generate leads, but you're not going to sign loan applications because you're trying to learn the business, right? So you're going to refer for 75 basis points or 0.75%, a deal, friends, family, hopefully a self-generated deal. Maybe you're a realtor and you have a deal that you want to participate in, but you're not ready to sign that loan application and take it on full speed. We're going to team you up with a senior loan officer that's already closed loans with us, knows exactly what to do, exactly what buttons to press, and exactly how to close that loan. And you'll still make 75 basis points or 0.75% commission. So all these options are great. As we've developed our team in different models, we've made sure that we kind of have a spot for everybody. We think this is the best combination for you guys and for the borrowers as well. So don't be afraid to start as a loan officer assistant, and then you can upgrade anytime to a loan officer. And again, everybody's going to start as a loan officer. So no matter if you close 1,000 loans, we still want to make sure your first 5, we team up with you, we teach you the new systems, and we get those done together and team you up with someone who actually can show you exactly what buttons to press at the exact right time. Now, normally the next part of the page, you guys kind of go into a little demo of the software, but right now we have Kyle who can actually show you guys a live demo of how that works. So Kyle, you ready to take over?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, so of course, when you come on board, we will do a live training and make sure you know how to work this. Just want to kind of show and highlight some features here of our CRM. So you can see here, of course, just like most CRMs, we can communicate with our clients. We have the communication tracked here. We can set tasks, set them on drip campaigns, action plans to automatically text and email them, all of that kind of good stuff that most CRMs do, right? Now, the thing that really sets apart our system from everyone else is, as Nick said, we do everything here in our system, starting with our quoting system. If you can just get 6 pieces of info from a client, you can send them a quote, you can pull the rates through our Optimal Blue API, and you can send them a nice quote that looks like this within 2 minutes. And you'll see here, it gives them some rate choices. It shows them what these things need. It pulls in the Google map, the Zestimate automatically, the proposed loan info, the monthly breakdown of their payment, taxes, insurance, the estimated closing fees. Of course, you here as the loan originator, notice it's on your website up here. And then your realtor you can attach if there's a realtor attached to this. Now, let me tell you, your realtor partners will absolutely love this. They know when you send their client a quote, you're going to attach them to the quote. So they're there looking nice and pretty with you and them looking professional. They're attached to the quote. They know what's going on. No one else that they do business with is going to send them a nice, send their client a nice, pretty quote within minutes with them attached to the quote. So your realtor partners absolutely love this. Hands down, they're going to do business with you every time because you're actually providing them with something and keeping them in the loop and keeping them in front of their client's face saying, hey, we are your team that's going to push this deal across the finish line. No other loan officers are doing that for you, right? Now, what's really cool is the client can go ahead and click start my loan application right here. And let me show you what their borrower portal looks like here. So this is what the client is then going to see. They're going to make their password for their borrower portal, and they see here they can fill out their 1003 right here within the system. We have a 1003 integrated here. They can upload their documents. We ask for those basic documents we're going to need right off the bat, right? So this is the borrower portal where we're going to send them to so that they can see their loan info. They can see the milestones on where the loan is at as we move the loan through. Of course, they can see you here as their loan team. So they have this borrower portal, and on your end here, you have your own tab here where you can also help them fill out the 1003. You can also help them upload documents, and you can request documents. If you need 12 months bank statements, you can click that, and now it's asking them for 12 months bank statements, letting them know, hey, we need 12 months bank statements. Please click here to upload it in your borrower portal. We can also request a whole packet. Let's say, hey, you know what, I'm changing this loan to a DSCR. Let me do that. And now we're asking for what we need for a DSCR loan, right? Request documents. Again, we can request signatures. Let's say we need them to sign something. We can go ahead and do that. That puts it in their borrower portal right here where they can click sign. It pulls up our e-sign integration right there. They don't even have to leave the page. So whatever it is you need, of course, custom documents, you can just type in something that you need and request custom documents. So we're going to take them through the whole document uploading process and the 1003 process right here in our portal after the quote. Now, what happens after that? You're going to do the loan. Once you have the 1003 and the documents, then you're going to keep track of it in our pipeline tab here. Notice you'll see all your different loans, the clients here, the milestone, the lender or investor that it may be at, all this kind of good information. But the biggest thing here is the milestones. The number one complaint about loan officers from both realtors and clients is lack of communication. So we're going to use our milestones here to say, hey, the appraisal is received. It's going to ask us if we want to update the client, which will also update the realtor if it's attached. Of course, we want to tell everybody the appraisal is received. We're going to change the milestone. Now, you know, we know, the client knows, the realtor knows, everyone knows what's going on inside the transaction. And that way we're going to move this through, and they're going to have in their borrower portal, they're going to see where they're at in the stage of their loan, all that kind of good stuff, right? So we are going to take them from a brand new lead to a quote, to collecting the 1003 and the documents, to keeping track of this loan and keeping everybody updated on this loan all the way through the process, all in this one system that we've built, right? So that is how we use our system to take them from start to finish. Now, let's talk about the leads themselves, right? Let me come here and show you how the leads work. So we are going to send you text messages throughout the day with leads from our Facebook campaigns, mostly from our Facebook campaigns, right? You're going to get texts, you're going to click on that text, and you're going to pull up the CRM. You're going to see, okay, Jane Doe just requested information on Facebook right that second. As soon as they opt in to be contacted and click on that ad, they get, you get a text and you pull it up and you call them right away. You take your notes, you quote them, and all that kind of good stuff, right? So those are the hot, fresh leads that we are sending to you all day via our campaigns, people clicking on different ads that I'll have Nick explain in a little bit. So that's the first and foremost way that we provide leads for you. The other way that we provide leads for you is in our auto dialer. So you'll see here we have different lists. We have cold call lists. We have regular leads here that have slipped through the cracks that people didn't pick up. We also have realtor lists in here where you can call 300-400 realtors in a day to connect, shake out some deals, build realtor relationships, those type of things. So when you're ready to come in and put in some work, you can come to the auto dialer and call some of these lists so you can drum up business. So that's another way that we provide leads for you. The other ways we provide leads for you, as Nick said, is you can purchase leads, right? So if you want the leads to just go to you so you don't have to click to claim them, and compete with the other loan officers the lead was sent to. And if you don't want to pay a lead split on the back end, you can purchase your own leads as well. Now, you'll still get leads from us, of course, but this will be extra leads to fill your pipeline. And again, there's no split on the back end. One of our loan officers just closed her first deal. It was $1,040,000, I think, $1,040,000. She got almost a $16,000 commission. And instead of it being our lead, it was one of our leads, but it was one of the ones that she bought. She saved $8,000 by purchasing that lead, right? So definitely cool to purchase leads here. You can fill up your pipeline. You can make more commission because you're not on a lead split when you purchase the leads, right? Now, the other way we provide leads is you can import them. So we give you your own webhook here that you can use through Zapier to put leads into our system from wherever else you buy them from. So if you're buying leads from Zillow or Free Rate Update or whatever place that you like to buy leads from already, most of them, the legitimate ones, have Zapier connections. So you can bring in the leads into our system in real time so that you get a text and an email, just like when we give you leads. You pull them in, you contact them, you quote them, you collect the documents, all that kind of stuff right there within our system, even though you bought the lead from somewhere else. And of course, these are a self-generated lead, right? There is no lead split. You purchase these leads elsewhere. You're just bringing them into your system. So you see every single way that we can provide you leads, we do here in this system. We provide those leads from our Facebook campaigns. We provide you leads loaded up in the auto dialer. We give you ability to purchase your own leads. And we give you the ability to import leads from anywhere else that you're purchasing them in real time, so you can go through that whole system as well. Now that we've talked about the leads in our system, I do want Nick to talk about what kind of leads we get and why. Nick is certified by Facebook as a media planning professional and certified by Facebook as a digital marketing associate and certified by Google as a Google Ad search specialist. So Nick spent a lot of money. We've spent millions of dollars over the years. And of course, with digital advertising, that's what matters, right? How much have you spent? How much have you dialed it in? And so I want to turn it over to Nick. He's kind of the lead expert here. Our business here was founded on leads. Nick and I were hired by a bank as an ad agency to do leads for them. That is how we started our journey into mortgages, meeting Jose, and that is what got us here. So that is why we specialize so much in leads, right? We're not a mortgage company that's sitting here saying we're buying leads from somewhere else or we'll give you a bunch of trigger leads. Our entire business is based on leads because that's what we do and that's what we did before we got into the mortgage industry. So Nick, go ahead and let's talk about the type of leads we do and why. And then we will have Jose talk about our support and how he helps here. Then we'll get into some questions.
All right, cool. Well, as I mentioned a few times, and Kyle mentioned, we are different. So what we're very passionate about is leads, and we like to do it very differently. So in every business that we've had over the years, We like to do things that are different, right? We do not want to compete with the big guys that are spending literally billions with a B on ads to generate leads. But they're doing it basically for the last 3 years on conventional refinances, right? So we really don't spend any money on conventional refinances. For one, we don't want to compete with someone with a B in front of their advertising budget. And for two, we don't want to do something that's the same as anybody, right? So we want to do something that's different. And we always want to do that because that's going to give us the best results. So we advertise things that are different that the big guys aren't doing. We're doing self-employed borrowers with bank statement, non-QM loans, with DSCR loans for investors, with portfolio loans for big investors, with commercial deals for big investors, with multifamily deals for big investment funds. So we want to make sure we advertise the products that aren't being advertised by most people in a way and at scale, like the big guys would. So just like, the Rockets or the Quickens are spending billions of dollars on conventional refinances, we're going to spend all our money on something that's totally different, that's going to garner us the results that we want. And so we're going to advertise something that's different to a customer that is not being targeted by anybody with any massive budgets. And we're going to give them the product that they don't know exists. We're going to offer them stuff that's new. DSCR is very popular now, but for the last 3 years that we've been pushing it, a lot of investors did not know it existed. A lot of you guys are just learning about it, so I'm sure a lot of your investors still don't know about it. So great opportunity to get out there in front of somebody and offer something that's different. And then we also accompany that with the best rates. So we always make sure we're using whatever lenders out there or whatever investors out there have the best rates on these programs. So that's why we're very passionate about having a ton of options for you guys as well. Because when we get these leads in here with these very unique needs and these unique ads, we want to make sure we have a home for them. And we want to make sure we have the best pricing for them as well. So we're going to make sure we have all the options for you guys for every type of lead, every type of investor, and we knock it out the park. Now, Kyle always wants me to preface this with, that doesn't mean that we don't do conventional loans. It just means we don't spend advertising budgets necessarily on conventional loans. The investors still have a primary home. Every investor does their primary home as a Fannie Mae home usually. And it's not often that you as a loan officer get a chance to do someone that owns 100 homes. And so you really have to work hard to do a conventional loan for someone that owns 100 properties, but you can still do it, right? So we want to make sure we're still servicing that individual for all 100 of their properties with DSCR loans, but also their primary home, their secondary home, their few vacation homes that they have, and we'll do those conventional loans as well. Same thing with your friends and family, right? I'm sure your friends and family aren't going to do a ton of DSCR loans, but we're still going to make sure we have great options and the best pricing for them as well to still do those great loans, that we're all used to. So we want to say we don't just do those, but that's basically where we're going to set ourselves apart in the marketplace. We're going to advertise. We're going to get those customers that aren't being reached. We're going to advertise programs that aren't being advertised, and we're going to seal the deal by having the best options for those programs. So hopefully that explains it a little bit there. Is that good enough for you, Colin?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's go ahead and bring Jose in here and talk about what he brings here to the team as the veteran here, the mortgage master, and then we'll get into some questions. So go ahead, Jose.
How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Great decision to come join the Mortgage Calculator. Myself, Jose Gonzalez, I've been a full-time MLO, and I also have my real estate license, both since September of 1995. When I got in here, we were using smoke signals to communicate. Now we have Encompass and all these cool tools, CRM, everything else. What we bring to the table here is basically everything that you see with the Mortgage Calculator that was created by us when we formed this company, because we saw the dire need to be able to provide training to our team, to be able to bring people with limited experience or even people with the vast experience and quickly be able to plug them in to our system and get them productive. So like as Kyle mentioned, we have MLOs that just starting out, and within 30, 60 days, they're closing, multiple loans, high dollar loans as well. As a matter of fact, I have one MLO that just closed her first loan. She had very limited experience, and her first loan that she ended up closing, which I ended up helping her put together and structure through multiple mentor meetings, was a profit and loss loan of $1,056,000, which was a loan, which was a borrower that had been rejected with another lender and with another conduit. That's how she got the lead. and she was able to turn somebody else's rejection into $1,056,000 loan, where that was also from a lead that she purchased through a lead pack, through one of the investor lead packs, and she's making her 1.5% of $1,056,000, which is pretty good money. So that's in a nutshell. I mean, very important to everybody else is what can you do for me? I mean, you can sit down and we can turn what you may think is nothing into a multi-million-dollar opportunity. So, and we do that through our mentor meetings, and which is where we help you structure, and then through our file disclosure meetings, which is where we actually meet face to face, quote unquote, via Zoom, and we make sure that you've dotted all your I's, crossed all your T's, all the guidelines are met, and then we go and we disclose a file right then and there. You don't have to wait for a disclosure department 2-3 days later. Now, I would preface that to say that if you are sending the loan via a broker conduit instead of a non-delegated lender conduit, then the disclosure will take place in that broker or in that lender's portal, but you and I would still meet to set the file up and encompass, and the same as if we were disclosing the file. And then once we make sure that everything's complete in your file, then you're just going to download your XML and upload it into the portal, upload your documents, and then the broker or the lender, because you're the broker in that case, would disclose the file. But the majority of the cases, most of our MLOs end up finding really good options where we're the lender, which does give you a lot more opportunities in case you have to move that file around. You don't have to worry about transferring appraisals. And also, as a lender, as Nick mentioned, we do not have any compensation limits. So if you got a really big loan, you're not going to want a broker that where they're going to limit you at $10 or $12 or $15,000, or maybe it could be a $2 million loan and you're going to make $30,000 or $40,000. So I really look forward to helping all of you in your many disclosure meetings and file structure meetings, and quickly get you on track to be a multi-million-dollar producer with a mortgage calculator.
Thank you, Jose. Okay, just going to go through the next steps here real quick. Again, what we'll do is we'll open it up to questions, but right here, just want to go through what is the next step when you're ready to move forward. Nick, if you could drop the link in the chat for me, that'd be great. Nick will drop the link to sign up in the chat. And so again, here are the plans. Everybody's going to start as a loan officer, right? And then once you've closed your 5 loans, you can move up to a senior loan officer. And that's where you want to be at. Obviously, that's where we want to get you to add more self-sufficient, making higher compensation. Now, for those who aren't ready to sign up as a loan officer, you probably want to come on as a loan officer assistant. You're going to go ahead and sign up here. So when you click here, you're going to be taken to a form to fill out depending on the plan that you click. And then it's going to have you fill out some info, and then it's going to pull up the original compensation agreement. Now, you don't need to sign it right then. Of course, read it over. It emails you a copy as well. Once you're ready to move forward and you sign that agreement, I will reach out. I'm the one who handles the onboarding. I will send you the next instructions that we can get your full employment documents signed, your employment IDs, and then sponsor you in the NMLS, and we'll walk through all of that with you. So that will be the next step. So go ahead and go to the link in that chat when you're ready, and we'll go ahead and get you signed up and get you started. With that being said, Nick, why don't you go ahead and stop recording, and we will get into some questions.